Well, my friends, we have come to the end. For those of you who have persevered with me through now 16 chapters of Romans, the good news is today is going to be pretty short. So let's jump into the final chapter of Romans, Romans 16. So what Paul does is he concludes his letter the way he does a lot of times by sending out his greetings to people. Sometimes he does it at the beginning a little bit too. But he gives us a pretty long list of people who he wants to send his greetings to. And I want to point out just a few things because this is where we can skim over this and we can really lose, I think, a point that Paul is trying to make as he closes his letter. So here we go. He commends to us Phoebe, who is, I'm assuming, is a woman, and she is a deacon. He sends his greetings to Priscilla and Aquila, a woman and a man who are co-workers, and they host a church in their house. He sends out his greetings to Epaenetus, who was the first convert to Christ in the province of Asia. Skip ahead a little bit. Andronicus and Junia, a man and a woman who are listed as among the apostles. He sends out his greetings to someone named Herodion, who is a fellow Jew. And then if we look a little further down the list, we get names like Olympus and Hermes, who, I mean, these are place and names of the mythical gods of the old Greek mythology, right? So I guess what I'm trying to point out here, and I think what Paul is doing here, is he's sending out his greetings to a little bit of everybody, man. He's got men and women, I'm assuming some younger and some older. In one case, he has a guy who is listed, and then his mom is listed along with him. So they're from Asia, they're Jews, they're Greeks, they're a little bit of everybody. We get this very, very diverse list of people who are the church. It's kind of a beautiful thing. They're not just the church, but there seems to be no boundaries on what they can do. I mean, men, women, Asia, right? They have churches, they are deacons, they are apostles, they are people who are forwarding the cause of Christ. And then Paul, after giving this long list, he says, I urge you, brothers and sisters, to watch out for those who cause divisions. And so Paul closes his letter with kind of one last lesson, just a reminder to all of us the diversity of the church. And then he says, and anybody who tells you it can't be diverse and that everybody can't be part of every ministry, they're just causing division. They're wrong. You got to watch out for those people. And so I read that and I thought, how we doing, church? How we doing at not dividing? Because the church, as I say it, we love a good division, right? How did your church come about? Well, our church came about when we split, right? Where's your denomination from? Oh, our denomination split from another denomination, and then we split and created a third denomination. Yeah, we love a good split. We love some good division amongst us. And that, Paul is pointing out, is the opposite of what we should be doing. I think churches, I don't want to paint this dark picture. Churches are doing great things. They're working together to accomplish great things. Many denominations are connectional, so they're working as a larger denomination to accomplish big things. Listen, that's how it should work. We should be working together in these things, and we should never balk at someone when the Spirit empowers them to preach or to teach or to evangelize or to do missions work. we should never rise up and be like, well, I don't know. That's not really something a young person like you should do. No, we should recognize, as Paul does, in the lives of people and in their work amongst the church, something very special. And instead of that being a division among us, it should be a unifying thing among us. So I think that's where Paul's trying to get to at the very end. He's naming names, and then then the people begins to name the people working with him, Timothy and Tertitus and Gaius and Erastus, right? Quartus, these other people who are working with him. It just shows the strength in unity in the church, all right? I think that's Romans 16. And he closes by saying, "Now to him who is able to establish you in accordance with my gospel, the message I proclaimed about Jesus Christ, in keeping with the revelation of the mystery hidden for long ages past, but now revealed and made known through the prophetic writings of the command of the eternal God, so that all the Gentiles may come to the obedience that comes from faith. To the only wise God be glory forever through Jesus Christ. Amen." So that's his closing. Now to him who is able to establish you in accordance with the gospel, to the God who has been able to reveal to you the mystery of the gospel, to the God who has brought you into obedience and into his eternal kingdom. To that wise God be glory. All right. I hope you got something out of Romans. 16 chapters, a little shaky with Paul at times, but hey, he's thinking things out, man. He's not all that bad. Yeah, Paul and I, we could do lunch sometimes. All right. Anyway, thanks for sticking with me. The last few of you holdouts who went all the way to the end. I hope you were blessed by our study. Have a great week. Love you guys. Don't know what I'm doing next. Peace.